Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and special guest JoJo. Last time I had this little guy on, we went over one of my favorite decks, one of the decks I always seem to be playing. So it's a new year. I think we're just before ban list. I really need to check that myself. But I figured I'd show you guys what I'm doing with the Subterrors. Not a lot has changed. Some things have changed. And additionally, I'm going to give you guys a side deck for the first time on the channel. Please don't expect that every time. It's a lot of extra work when you really think about like trying to make the broad stroke choices for meta in general, as opposed to things that just help out a single deck. So like, I try to stick away from that, and I like to let you guys make your own decisions about how to improve on the decks. This is one of the few decks where I'm like, this is pretty much a build. So the first things first, it's a 42 card main deck, 15 card extra, 15 card side. Let's get you guys a list, and we'll get everybody out that doesn't want to listen to me describe all the effects. So let's go, main deck. First thing you guys may notice is that is a new Ash Blossom. I finally got the water damaged one replaced. So again, we're going to be running 3 Ash Blossoms. We're going to do a lot of hand traps here. I got the single Dark Magician because you know Red Eyes Dragoon, he's got to be in here. Because if this is what I'm playing, it's going to be good. I got the triple Effect Veilers because, you know, again, good card, great card. Double Ghost Ogre, good card, great card. Single Speleogeist. This is going to be like one of the few common cards in this build. Just because they are probably never going to give this guy any foil. If we're being honest, his effect's not super amazing. But it's cool to have another option because I didn't have a second Umastrix. Additionally, I wouldn't play 2 Umastrix anyway because of a card that we are running later. Again, one Umastrix. We're going to play 3 Fiendus because when a deck gives you a hand trap to play that is archetyped, you guys play it and abuse it. We're going to be doing the 3 Subterror Gurus. Again, a lot of people call this Guru Control. I call it Subterror because, again, it's mostly Subterror cards. Potato, right? Single Nemesis Archer. You're going to resolve this once in a while. But honestly, just, again, good card, great card, good one of. Very strong play. And again, Red Eyes Black Dragon. You got to get the other half of that equation. And technically, I guess it's a third because Red Eyes Fusion would be the last piece. We do run the single Call by the Grave. Again, you want to get your combo off. We're going to maximize Pot of Duality. Again, my supers, they got hit, but we got these battle pack ones, so that's cool. We got the extravagances replaced, so you're going to want to run 3 of those. And I love the mac and cheese rare on this. Looking good. Single Red Eyes Fusion. Finally got an ultra for this, thanks to the Brothers of Legend. We're going to run 2 copies Super Polymerization, because again, a lot of our extra deck is going to get hit through extravagance. So in order to hedge our bets, Super Poly is one of the cards that's going to make your extra deck still sort of relevant. Single Terraforming. Triple the Hidden City, because again, this is a card with like 3 or 4 effects. We'll go over those if you guys want to, you know, stay past the deck list. And again, this is just one of the best cards in the deck. Moving over to the traps, it's the same 9 traps as last time. 3 Solemn Strikes, because yes. 3 Subterror Final Battles, and I'm not going to misread it this time. And 3 copies of There Can Only Be One, which is, again, why we wanted to vary out our typing as dramatically as we did. Again, it just lends a very cool air of control to the build and does some really great things. As far as the extra deck, and big thanks to the wife Celestial Duelist for lending me the top card, which is why it's in a different sleeve altogether. I only had 2. I traded mine. So she, thanks to her lending me this, we can actually use the 3 Predator Plant Verde Anacondas. I thought that the one I had pulled was an extra, so I just traded it, and then she ended up pulling one, so I just borrowed hers. But again, maximize it out. Extravagance might hit it. It's important to get this on field. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, one of, because I only own 1. I mean, if you guys have the capital, if you guys have the the bankroll to go ahead and play this at 3, by all means, my friends, play this at 3. You guys do you. Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, because again, Cyber Dragon is still really relevant. As much as I don't want to admit that, it really is, and it's just a good target. Again, your opponent's probably going to have one of their cards. It still counts as Cyber Dragon. You just go ahead and snap it and the rest of their side of the field up. Earth Golem and Ignister, Cyburst monsters, regardless of the archetype, are still relatively played. I only ran 2 because Dragoon was my 3rd for this. But it's Cyburst plus Link, so, you know, it's all good. Mud Dragon of the Swamp, obviously, good card, great card. Went with the 3-pack there and finished it out by maximizing out Starving Venom Fusion Dragon again. We're going to be able to do this just off the Predaplant Vert Anaconda in this because, again, we can activate Super Poly from our deck through by the effect of the Anaconda while being able to target something else and turn it dark. So that's the first 2 portions. Let's get to the almighty sideboard or side deck. And again, it's just I play a lot of generic things, guys. So I'm playing 2 Lancias. I don't know. I don't seem to ever really need a 3rd. It's never really come up. But I do run my 3rd Ghost Ogre here. And I don't think I had my Super Poly in here. So, like, if you guys don't like a 3rd Ghost Ogre, you guys could totally put in another Super Poly. You'd be fine. But the extra deck is pretty much going to get hit no matter how you play. So I just wanted the 2 in the main, and I went with the Ghost Ogre myself. Triple Nibiru, because again, you know, you got to be able to play through combos. Single Psy-Frame Driver with triple Psy-Frame gear Gammas. Again, just really good generic stuff. No way to synchronize. You can always link it. But, you know, kind of dead in the water after that. Double Crossout Designator, because again, you know, Konami loves combo decks, and this is something that protects combo decks. And it also protects us from getting hit by certain cards, which, again, since we're running most of the, I don't know, most popular hand traps, we pretty much already have all the options. And again, triple Impermanence, because again, just a good card, great card. And ever since we had Cyber Strike, really affordable card, like legit, I want to say it's still worth more than the deck itself. So cool, go buy it again and, you know, use it for trade bait, whatever you like. So there you go. That is my deck, my extra deck, and my side deck. And I really want to take a second to really thank you guys for stopping by. I'll have a test hand up tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after. But seriously, thanks for stopping by. I always enjoy having you guys come by and see the decks that I'm doing. And this one's a little less casual and definitely more tuned towards playing at locals and trying to get to those top tables. So seriously, you guys have a great day. Go do something fun for yourself. And everybody else, let's give you the who, what, where, why. So first up, Ash Blossom stops interactions with the opponent deck, whether it's summoning from it, adding cards from hand, or sending a card directly from deck to discard. And again, it's so generically good against so many decks. It's just a shame if you aren't playing it. Dark Magician, you're never going to summon him. Instead, you're going to use him for the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. That's fine. Veiler, not a once per turn hand trap. During the opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can send this card from the hand to the graveyard. Target one effect monster they control. Negate the effects of the face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. So again, it's, in my opinion, it's almost better than running Impermanence. But Impermanence is just different. It's just different, guys. Which is, again, why it's in the side. So this way you can maximize the effect if the match requires. The Double Ghost Ogre. When a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell/trap that is already face up on the field activates its effect, quick effect, send this from the hand to the field to the graveyard, destroy the card on the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, you know, field spells, even like my own Hidden City, that get additional effects after their face up, or like Black Wings with the Black Whirlwind, or, you know, insert whatever cards you like here. You'll be able to destroy the card. So again, if it has lingering effects, like a lot of field spells do, that's fine. But it's not exactly a negation, so that's why I backed off and went to 2. Speleogeist and Umastrix. A lot of stuff in common here, so I'm going to talk about them at the same time. They both are flip effects. When they flip, Speleogeist targets a monster on the field. Optionally, you can target one monster on the field. Change it to face-up attack position if it's in defense, and also change its attack to 0. You can only use this effect once per turn. Umastrix, however, is spot removal. So then on the flip, target a monster the opponent controls and banish it. Both of these, you can only use this effect once per turn. Both of these, when a face-up monster you control is flipped face down, if you control no other face-up monsters, you can special summon this from the hand. In defense, once per turn, you can change this to face-down defense position. So these guys work an awful lot like 06, 07 flip-flop, which to me is just amazing. Plus, it turns the game so grindy. Spell you guys way better on offense. Umastrix, definitely better on defense. And honestly, they just look amazing, guys. Fiendus, great little hand trap here. When your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you may send this from the hand or field to the graveyard. Target one Subterror that you control. Negate the activation of the effect, then change the targeted monster to face-down defense. You can target one face-up monster you control, change it to face-down defense position, and if you do, special summon one Subterror monster from the hand or graveyard in face-up or face-down position, each effect once per turn. So what you can realistically do is, you can go ahead, you could summon this card, as long as you have somebody else to put down, and then special summon another big bad from the discard pile or your hand, while still having her face up to negate an effect, which is amazing. Or, again, since Guru is such a searcher, you just keep it in the hand, so this way it's less targetable. And then when your opponent goes to do something, you can reset Guru and get another search off. So again, Fiend is kind of crazy. I think the two most expensive things in the core of this deck are the Umastrix and the Hidden City. And I haven't checked that in over a year, so I'm guessing still roughly like $7 each. It's all the additional tech and stuff that I put in here that brings this price up. Guru, on flip, you can add one Subterror card from deck to hand except Guru. You can target one other face-up monster on the field, change that and this monster both to face-down defense position. This effect becomes a quick effect if you control another Subterror card. You can only use each effect once per turn, and again, awesome, and definitely lends itself to control. Nemesis Archer, like I said earlier, you're not always going to resolve this, but when you do, it's cool. It does have a good 16 by 14, so it's not like it's bad stats. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's face-down defense monster, and you control another Subterror, you can shuffle it back into their deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Subterror monster from your deck in face-up or face-down defense position. And again, like, each effect is once per turn, but this can allow you to reestablish your board if your opponent breaks it. So it's fantastic. Red Eyes, again, just for Dragoon. Call by the Grave to stop the hand traps. Duality, Excavate 3. Add one to hand, shuffle the rest back into the deck. You can only activate once per turn. Cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this. So generally, either you've already set up your Dragoon for control, or it's a turn that you know you're not going to be able to set up Dragoon or special summon. So just use it wisely, that's all. Extravagance, at the start of the main phase 1, so this has to be your first action. Banish 3 to 6 random face-down cards from the extra deck. Draw 1 for every 3 cards banished. For the rest of the turn after this resolves, you cannot draw cards by card effects. Again, Excavate and Add is a little different, so we can still activate Duality after Extravagance. And again, this is why we maximized all of our things in the extra deck as far as we could. This helps minimize the possibility of our key cards getting hit. We do run the single Red Eyes Fusion. Again, this is going to let you summon out the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon by sending the Red Eyes and the Dark Magician from hand or deck, and just summoning the Dragoon. So awesome. Super Poly. We can use this to snap up our opponent's cards. Normally, you guys can bank off of Anaconda for it. It's just got a couple good plays. You guys don't have to play it if you don't want to. If you have the juice to pull off the Dragoon, you can drop these two and just make it a 40-card deck. Easy substitution there. Single Terraforming, just add the field spell. Let's talk about that, though. So Hidden City, when this is activated, you can add one Subterror monster from deck to hand. So you play Terraforming, you get this, you go to Guru, and then you start playing. Once per turn, you can change your face down defense. Subterror, you control to face up attack or defense. So then you set the Guru and then flip it with this. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you change one face up. Did I read that wrong? Change one face down defense, Subterror to face up or attack or defense, and negate the attack. You can only activate one copy of this per turn. I did read it wrong. I thought so. Strike, pay 1,500, stop a special summons or monster effect activation. Good way to get around hand traps. Subterror Final Battle. Choose one of the following and then reset this card immediately after activation. Change a set Subterror monster to face up attack or defense. Change a face up Subterror to face down defense. The attack and defense of a Subterror become equal to its combined original attack and defense until the end of the turn. And again, like Umastrix being a 20 by 27 becomes 47. So awesome. Or this turn, activated effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. Also amazing. So very versatile. And you get a couple monsters and you activate a pair of these. You can press for game. And then there can be only one. Again, this works so well because of how varied our own deck is. Each player can only control one monster of each type. If a player controls two or more monsters of the same type, they must send some to the graveyard so they control no more than one of each. So again, helps slow down the game, especially when you're talking about typed decks like Six Samurai or Inzektor. I'm thinking that's going to come back here soon. So that's awesome. Going over to the extra deck, and again, when it comes to the fusion targets, we just need to talk about the fusion targets that you're going to suck up with your super. So first up, Verdi Anaconda, 2 effect monsters. Target a face-up monster on the field, it becomes dark until the end of this turn. Again, this is going to allow us to use Super Poly to its best effect, being that this is also dark. You can pay 2,000 life points and send 1 fusion or polymerization, normal or quick play from the deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that spell's effect when that card is activated. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. You may only use this effect once per turn. And again, you only need to resolve this once. And honestly, Dragoon should be the target. Dragoon is going to be Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, or a Dragon Effect monster, which we're not going to do. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this with card effects. During the main phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the monster's original attack power. You can use this effect a number of times equal to the number of normal monsters used in material. That's going to be twice for us. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated as a quick effect, we may discard 1 card, negate the activation. If we do, destroy the card. And if we were able to destroy the card, then this card will gain 1,000, and that is permanent. So this guy just keeps getting bigger. Again, there's a lot of ways to out him, so I know that like the meta, everybody wants this card banned, but like it's so easy to play through it. Again, Chimeritic Fortress Dragons are here to get rid of Cyber Dragons and all their machine monsters. Earth Golem and Ignisters here for the Cybers plus Link. Shouldn't be too hard to do in this era. Mud Dragon of the Swamp is 2 monsters, same attribute, different types. So you guys will see stuff like Lightsworn. Again, that deck never really goes away. This will help against that. And then Starving Venom Fusion Dragon has a slew of effects, but the takeaway here is 2 dark monsters on the field. And with Predaplant Verde Anaconda able to target something, change it into dark, it's going to happen, guys. So let's go over that side deck real quick, because, you know, made it this time. So Lancea, you can set this card from the hand to the spell trap zone as a spell. During the opponent's turn, if this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, special summon it. The effect everybody uses during the opponent's turn, quick effect. You can tribute this card from the hand or face up field. Neither player can banish cards for the rest of the turn. And again, that really does slow down some decks. So like it's really good. Again, the Ghost Ogre, we're not going to go over that twice. Nibiru, during the main phase, if the opponent has normal and or special summoned 5 or more monsters during this turn, not times, monsters. Quick effect, you may tribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Then special summon 1 Primal Being Rock token to the opponent's field. The attack and defense become the combined original attack and defense of all attributed monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. And again, it's fine. It's fantastic. People play stuff like this. It's good. Psyframe Driver, he's used for the Gammas. Gamma cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. When the opponent activates a monster effect while you control no monsters, you can special summon both this card from your hand and one Psyframe Driver from hand, deck, or graveyard. And if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy that monster. During the end phase, banish the face-up monsters special summoned by this effect. So yeah, it happens. It's pretty much a one-shot. And it would be way more fun if we had Hack of Fibrax in here. But again, limited extra deck. Double designator. Declare a card name. Banish one of the declared card from your main deck. If you do, negate its effects, as well as the activated effect and effects on the field of cards with the same original name until the end of this turn. You may only activate one of these per turn. And again, your opponent goes and activates the Ash Blossom, the Nibiru, the Infinite Impermanence, the insert card here. As long as that card's somewhere in your deck, banish your own copy and stop theirs. That's the takeaway. And an Impermanence. And again, you guys know this card. I'm not going to waste your time with it. But again, you want to play it. It's the only hand trap out there. It's awesome. So, one more time, thanks for stopping by. Hope that you guys enjoyed this. Again, I've been playing this for a while. It really is my favorite deck in the modern era. And I hope that you guys get a chance to play around with it. If not in the real world, maybe when Master Duel comes out, they'll make enough of this deck available that we can all just sort of play it there. Anyway, guys, do me one favor. Just have a great day. I'm not even going to bother with the subscription stuff today. You guys just have a great day. I'll see you guys later.